Did you know that a Serger sewing machine cuts off the extra part called the selvage on the edges when you're sewing? This is the selvage. And it's cutting it off. There's a blade on the top here and one on the bottom that acts like scissors. So as this machine sews and serges the edges, this is what the stitch looks like. It also, at the same time, cuts off the selvage. And then this selvage falls down a little chute right here and into a trash can. Right here is where it comes off the sewing machine and goes down that hole into the chute and then into the trash can right here. So it's a really nice way to get a nice clean edge on your fabric as you're sewing. And what I'm doing is I'm aiming, here's the blade right here, I'm aiming for this darker line on the fabric, and that is the selvage that gets cut off as I'm sewing right here. You just have to be careful that no fabric from underneath gets folded under and gets trapped under there, because it will cut a hole through that bottom layer. So I'm keeping all the fuzzy edges even as I'm aiming towards the blades. And this is the top blade that you can see going up and down. So every time I readjust the fabric, I check right here to make sure that there's no extra fabric that's going to get cut into on the bottom. I use this machine whenever I'm putting fabric together for drapery, and even when I make pillows, I sew around the top and bottom pieces of the pillows separately just to clean off the edges. So if you open up your pillow, you won't have any raw edges, you'll have all serged edges. Same thing with the duvet, pillow shams, duvets. And the nice part about serging your pieces of fabric together for drapery is, especially when they have a lining that is not a blackout, if it's a light filtering lining, your sun is still going to filter through the lining and it's going to show the edges through all of the layers. And if you have raw edges that have fringed threads, that will show through and leave a really ugly shadow. But a serged edge will be a really clean look, clean and professional. This one's going to get black outlining, but I still like to do the serging as a professional finish on the inside. And then I don't have the thickness of these fuzzy selvages to deal with on the inside, especially at the top where I'm sewing pleats through all the layers and the buckram. And now I'm almost to the end. And this is a 4-thread sewing machine. Sometimes they make them 5-thread, which is nice because then it would have an extra stitch next to the serge. But this is just a 4-thread.